Okay, welcome to the stream, people. Hope everyone is doing good. Welcome. Hope everyone had a good weekend and is ready for the week ahead. Morning, Tony. Welcome to the stream. Hussein, your USD, sure thing, we'll take a look. Good morning. Hey, life in the UK. My day off today, so analysis definitely missed. Glad to hear it, my man. But yeah, guys, welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is doing good, ready for the week. Like always, guys, any pairs you're looking at, feel free to leave it down in the chat and we'll eventually get to it. Any trades you're taking or any trades you want to share or any questions, just feel free to leave it down in the chat and we'll get to it. If you guys are looking for a broker, I do have my affiliate link to IC Markets, so feel free to go and check them out if you want to and use the link if you want to as well. If you haven't done already, join my Telegram. I share my updates there, posts, setups, watch lists, videos, so make sure you go check that out if you want to. But yeah, guys, welcome to the stream. I have hopped into one position already on peso yesterday, which I'm still currently in. Hasn't really done too much since I've entered, but my entry was yesterday around 4 p.m. I think. Yeah, so opened at 3, closed at 4. So yeah, my entry was on that candle there. Stop loss was around this area, 19.91, something like that. And yeah, targets, I'm looking for a push back up into this zone all the way up there. So that's currently what I'm trading right now, US dollar peso, which was on the watch list coming into the week. So if I quickly show you guys what I was looking at coming into the week, where's peso, USD MXN there, as you can see, looking for price to respect that prior low that we formed, I think last week. Yeah, coming into the week, respect that higher low, looking for that double bottom for another continuation back up to the 4H. Again, still expecting dollar strength to kick back in. Haven't really seen dollar strength on USD MXN. We've seen it pretty much in all other dollar pairs, but USD MXN, we still haven't seen that dollar strength kick in. So I think this one is lagging behind, but it's due to come in pretty soonish. And we've got a nice bullish setup here, which I'm looking to get in, well, already got in. So looking to capitalize on that for a swing to the upside. Long term, I still do see a pushback to those highs, but peso is very, very choppy, especially with the buy side of things. It does take its time to get going, so I'm not trying to push the trade too far. And I just want to see if I can grab a push into that area, excuse me, into this area here, then probably close the trade or maybe leave a little bit to trickle. I do have a couple targets where I'm looking to take partials, so this support here hasn't quite come into that, just missed it before I take some partials, and then obviously looking at this high there as well, just in case price does reverse before getting to that final target. But yeah, currently long on peso, still looking for a push to the upside. I do have an area slightly below, just in case the market does drop a little bit lower. I may look to re-enter. But yeah, long on peso, looking to see if we can go back to those highs there, 20.22. and potentially these highs up here around 20.5. So that's what I've got in mind on that one. But yeah, we will jump into Euro USD, which is on the watch list again this week. It's already seen some downside, but we'll go over that in a second. Rohan, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing good. Do you have any setups in mind, Miko? Well, I will go through my watch list, but I'm currently in peso right now. Hasn't really done too much since I've entered. Nice bullish candle overnight, but it's still around my entry price there. But there's a few other setups I've got my eye on. But yeah, I'm not necessarily in a rush to get into anything right now, but I will go through my watch list. EuroCAD, we'll take a look. That's on the watch list as well. We'll take a look back. Riz, no problem. Greetings from Ghana. Hey, big up. Antwi, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Good morning, Life. Welcome to the stream. Let me get to yeah. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Are you trading any pairs currently? Any positions open? If you guys do, feel free to leave it down in the chat. We'll take a look. Hey, Cleaning Services, welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. I'm doing good. Hope you are as well. So I took sell in Euro USD around 0.97. It's skeptical. Reject really nice in the supply zone, but looking for the goods. Okay, I will take a look at Euro USD, EuroCAD as well, and Life in the UK got a few setups there. So we'll get onto it. But first things first, Euro USD. So coming into the week, this was on the watch list. I did post a setup of this coming into the week, and I was talking to you guys. Well, not talking to you. I posted the picture. But I was actually discussing it on A1 Trading's channel with Trader Nick. So go and check out those guys if you haven't done already. But yeah, so Euro USD, we reacted with this range up here. So that was from last week coming into this week, and we actually have broken through some key structure, which was this price swing low here in the 4H. As you can see, we did form support there, which is our last higher low for this big rally to the upside, and the market has tapped into that range and just completely melted to the downside. So it's telling me that Euro USD most likely is heading back down to these lows here. So coming into the week, I was looking for market to come back and retest at this zone here around the 0.98300 level. As you can see, some beautiful resistance there, support there as well. Looking to see if you can come in, tap into that, and then decline for a little bit of a head and shoulder pattern, as you can see, just for the move back down here. However, we have opened up pretty bearish and the market has rolled over. We could still see a move to the upside to tap into that level. Not too sure if we will. We may come up to this area, which is where the market opened from. Actually, no, it opened down there, but we may tap into this area around 0.98, big psychological level as well. Before we decline. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for Euro USD. Again, we don't necessarily have to get up there, but if we do, that's where I'll be looking for my short entries. Did you say you were short from 0.972? Okay, let me drop to the hourly time frame. 0.972, 7202. So that's around here-ish. Short from there, kind of skeptical on this one. Rejected really nice at supply zone, but not looking good. What are your thoughts? Okay, so yeah, we have obviously found a little bit of support down here, and we are struggling to break through. Hence why price is kind of just consolidating. So yeah, with this one, just looking at it from an hourly time frame perspective, we've obviously seen a lot of bearish momentum coming into these areas here, so that's a good sign. But the market has kind of dried up a little bit. You can see ever since around the 0.98 mark, we have become very, very corrective. And unless we get an injection of momentum from somewhere, I don't know if there's news coming out soon. I haven't actually checked the calendar yet, but this is the current nature of the market. It's very, very corrective. So it's going to be very, very difficult for the market to suddenly just melt, obviously, unless there's news. And we're most likely going to continue that correction, until something happens. Either we pop to the upside or roll over back down again. A key thing is when you are taking your trades, you need to know how you're going to look to manage the trade. Are you going to look to get out as soon as there's a sign of potential reversal? Are you going to see the trade through? Are you really tight management? You need to know that coming into the trade, therefore you can base your decisions off that, because otherwise it's going to be very, very emotional when you are trading, because if price is coming back to you, back to your entry price or something like that, it's a little bit emotional, especially when you're risking live capital. But if you've got a plan in place, the best thing to do is just follow that plan and see it through. Sometimes it's going to come back against you. You're going to get out a small profit or maybe break even, or sometimes a loss, and sometimes it's going to rally in your direction. In this case, it's just that the market is just tired. It's lacking momentum. It's corrective, and normally in this type of structure, we do see price come up first before we do go back down. So that's kind of what I'm expecting for Euro USD. A move to the upside. We might not hit my areas where I'm looking to sell, but I would expect to see a move to the upside first. But again, it's all about how you want to manage your trade, because we are kind of consolidating, bit of a fake out to the downside, you could argue, but all in truly, we still haven't broken through that resistance, and this could still see the market come back down again. But even if it does come back down, we're likely to pull back up again. Reason being, that's the current nature of the market. It's corrective. Even if we do go and take out these lows, we most likely will pull back up again. So yeah, with your trade there, the best bet is, because it's corrective, is never to push the trade too far, because that's how the market is moving. It was a bit more trending, like it was up here. You can push the trade a little bit further, but in these corrective structures, it's difficult to do so. So my best kind of comment is follow your plan. Follow your plan. How you're going to manage the trade. Manage it that way. If it does come back against you, it does come back against you. But yeah, I don't want to say get out the trade now just to see price fly in your direction. That would be annoying. So at the end of the day, if it does come back to your entry, either stops you at break even, or it might be a loser. As long as you've used good risk management, it shouldn't affect you too much in the long run. So yeah, with your USD, it's just corrective. So those are the red flags, and that's probably the reason why you don't feel too confident about the trade anymore. But you got to see it through, which is what I do with my trades. I mean, peso has not been moving too well, as you can see, very, very choppy here. It's come back against me there, but I know that in this trade and then the way I trade my plan, I've got to see it through. There's a possibility peso could still come and take me out for the loss. That's definitely a possibility here. It's not moving too well. I was expecting to see peso kind of rally up from the support, but it's a little bit corrective, which is not really what I wanted to see. But for my plan, I still got to see it through. Because there's a chance we could still, absolutely explode to the upside, which is what I'm still expecting. But it's just it's a little bit choppy. So yeah, the best thing to do is always see the trade through, in my opinion. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Okay, EuroCAD, yeah, we'll take a look, no problem. I'm looking at shorts for GJ, AU, GU, G's, everything looking to short. I mean, to be fair, I'm bearish on all of those pairs as well, to be fair. Pound Yen, AU, GU. Both GU and GJ seem to be consolidating at 4H support at the moment. Okay, we'll go take a look at those pairs. Pound Yen in a sell trade, nice. Where was your entry? Where was your entry for the trade? Good morning, Jesus is Lord. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. I hope you're doing good. I am doing good as well. Hope you are too. Dylan Thomas, welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. I'm good. Another day being disrespected by the markets. Yeah, the markets can do that. They definitely can disrespect you and respect you as well. They can do both. They don't really care. The markets don't really care at the end of the day whether they're taking your money or giving you money. So you just got to be careful with the market, because it can get really, really ugly at sometimes. But yeah, it's all a learning experience, to be fair. It's all a learning experience. Learn how you got disrespected and learn how you can minimize that in the future, and learn how you can do the opposite maybe next time. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what trading strategy you have or what plan you have, you will get disrespected at sometimes. You will get into a losing streak, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades in a row. That could definitely happen, and you just got to bite the bullet sometimes. Cadseat Chef, Aliens Day. Okay, let me get through these pairs before I get kind of backed up with pairs again. Okay, I will take a look at AUSD as well, but first let me take a look at GJ, Pound USD and AU. So Pound Yen, this one is, it is a little bit choppy in these areas. It's not the best price action in the world. I was coming into the week telling you guys on my weekly analysis. If you haven't checked that out, feel free to go do so. Most recent video on my channel. I was telling you guys we potentially could see some upside for pound yen at the start of the week as we were coming down into some of these areas. Haven't quite made it there yet though, but we are still in this kind of region of these wicks on the daily chart, as you can see. So very, very strong support here in the market, and we are kind of wicking into that. So that kind of explains why price is having a tough time, continuing to the downside. It is in very, very strong daily time frame support. So, that's kind of the reason why I was expecting pound yen to see some upside before maybe we come back down later. So the areas I said sells will look good at is this area here, 162.250, and coming into this area up there, that kind of consolidation supply area around 164. So those are the areas where I'll keep an eye out for sells. I'm not too sure if I'll sell it at this level anymore if the price action like this continues. I want to see a little bit more momentum coming to the downside first. Right now it's a little bit stagnant, it's a little bit choppy. That doesn't really give me too much confidence shorting into that level. I'd rather price just break straight through that, tap into my secondary, and from there I'll look to sell. But yeah, the key thing for pound yen for me is that wick on the weekly time frame. Big wick to the upside. You can see we had that big bullish candle and price just left a big wick to the upside, showing that all this bullish momentum is kind of depleted, and it's just left us behind a big wick representing last week's price action. So I am expecting this next week potentially to be bearish. It might, maybe not this week, it could be next week, but I'm expecting momentum to come back down now and probably test key support around here, or maybe around the 157 mark as well, 158. So I do see more downside for pound yen, which is why I do have that bearish bias, and I'm expecting the sells to work a lot better than the buys, but we're just not at the areas that I'm looking to sell yet, and we're a little bit corrective in that structure. So yeah, I do want to see price kind of push to the upside first before I entertain any sells. My areas of interest, 162.250 and 164, but yeah, the price action is just not very, very clean at the moment. I'd rather price kind of roll to the downside first and then push back up for me to look to sell there. But either which way, pound yen shorts do look good, and at the same time even the longs do look like they have a little bit of mileage in it, but I just wouldn't hold on to those longs for too long. Long. I wouldn't hold on them for too long because yeah, I do see some more downside for pound yen, especially when the momentum depleted there on the weekly time frame. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for some shorts, and then potentially could get into some later. Okay, so 161.038 going the opposite direction though. 161.038. Okay, so that's around here-ish. So yeah, like I said, it's just a little bit corrective. It's because pound yen is in that daily kind of support level, where those wicks have collected on the daily time frame. So it's going to be a little bit choppy in this area. It's never going to be a smooth ride in this area. I'm not saying the short is bad, because obviously you're on the lower time frames. You don't really want to be considering the higher time frames too much. Mainly it's going to clutter your decision making. So if you're on the low time frames, just keep it to 2 or 3 time frames there. You don't want to be looking at the daily and the weekly. You can do if you want to, but sometimes, especially if you're not used to it, it can kind of clutter your decision making first. But yeah, we are in a big kind of daily area of support, so it kind of explains why price is a bit corrective. But yeah, I still do expect the market to roll over, whether we do it now or we come up higher first. I still do expect the market to come higher. Again, for me, I like drawing my zones in the 4H, and those where I find my entries. So, I'll be looking at 162, 164 for my sells. Obviously, on the low time frames, you have different areas. But for me, 162, 164, if I can get some sells up there, I'll be a happy bunny. But yeah, we'll take a look at AUSD and GU as well. I'll go through some of the dollar pairs. No problem. Then happy to help. Life in the UK, there is FOMC minutes coming out tomorrow, I think, so the market may remain choppy. And also our CPI should be doing tomorrow. CPI should be coming tomorrow also, so I don't expect big moves until tomorrow after. Yeah, I mean, traditionally speaking, the market is quite corrective until we have those big news announcements. Let me quickly just go take a look at the calendar, because I haven't actually done that for the week yet. just to see what's happening, even though I don't really trade with the news, but it's definitely good to know actually what's happening, and just in case, because I'm actually in a dollar position right now, so I do want to see what's happening, especially with dollar. Okay, so obviously today's Tuesday, nothing really happening today. I'm not seeing any high impact news on my FX book. We do have a Bank of England speech later, but I'm not too sure how much that is going to cause. There's a couple speeches, but they all say medium impact, so I'm not expecting too much there. But tomorrow, okay, pound's got goods trade balance, non-EU, that says high impact, so we'll see what that happens there. Not too sure about that one, to be honest. Okay, so there's the dollar news coming out there. 1:30, and then FOMC minutes at 7. Okay, so yeah, that I'll keep my eye on, because obviously I'm buying peso at the moment, dollar peso, so that probably will affect my trade, and it kind of explains why things are a little bit corrective. So yeah, that will be interesting. Then we've got inflation tomorrow as well. I mean, on Wednesday as well. So yeah, you are right there. Life in the UK, there is some big announcements coming out. So that kind of explains why things are a little bit corrective. They're getting warmed up for the big announcement coming out later. But yeah, I'll probably just sit through my trade for peso anyway. I'll see what happens, closer to the date, but I'll probably sit through it. But yeah, we'll take a look at AUD and pound USD. Okay, so get some dollar pairs. Okay, so AU is breaking out the consolidation, which we were talking about last week. Price is looking considerably bearish. Has it hit the monthly target yet? Okay, no, it hasn't. So the monthly target is this candlestick low, which price is currently melting towards on the monthly. On the lower time frames, 4H and hourly, looks like it's taking its time, but on the monthly time frame, you've had exceptionally bearish candle last month for September, and we're currently seeing October kind of continue that momentum. Now, I expect us to get back down to these lows here. Long term, I do expect these COVID lows to be taken out completely, but that could take some time, because we could still react with this, come up again, and then drop. Or, if things get really bad, we could just absolutely melt and take out both those key areas. But nothing's changed. That's still the targets I'm expecting AU to be trading towards. So with AUSD, things are looking pretty bearish right now. Again, on the low time frames, you could probably scalp, find some nice quick day trades, with these lower highs. But for me, I'm always looking for the bigger swing trades. So if price can come back and retest the low of the range of this consolidation, that would be great. And then, yeah, expect the market to see the next bearish leg to the downside. I was looking at a similar setup to on AUD CAD, which I'll go over in a second, but that's kind of already hit the target. And AUSD, it looks almost destined to go and hit that eventually, whether it will just continue right now or it will come up again. The market can do what it wants, but from a monthly, weekly, daily, 4H perspective, everything is pointing to the downside. So the chance of us coming back down to 0.61355 is pretty high. So any nice rallies you can find on AU, pretty much be looking to short when you get your sell confirmations, or however you enter the market, because you do have a lot of confluence in that direction. But yeah, AU for me, this level is really taking my fancy here, just under 0.64, nice psychological level as well. And yeah, targets will be 0.61355, back down to this area. Then we've got the wick lows all the way down there, 0.55, but we'll keep that in the back of our heads for now. But yeah, AU for me, all I'm seeing right now is more downside. Pound USD, yeah, very similar to pound yen. You kind of see nice momentum from last week, and we're kind of a little bit choppy now. Again, things could be getting ready for FOMC tomorrow, so we'll have to find out when that happens. But again, pound USD, I was always a little bit, I'm still bearish on 100%, but I prefer the price action in Euro USD a lot better. It's just a little bit cleaner for me. So that's why that was on my watch list rather than pound USD. But I did say coming into the week, I do expect the market to probably react with this level here, and it's kind of just resting on it. It hasn't really done much, to be fair, but we could still see a pop to the upside, maybe coming into this area here, or maybe even this area here. Very similar levels to pound yen. If I go in that quickly, as you can see, level there, and if I go back to pound, very, very similar setups. And then again, from there, we could probably see our next continuation to the downside from those 4H zones. Again, targets, beautiful target right there. And obviously the consolidation there as well. I wouldn't push it too far. Reason being, pound USD still at those sensitive prices, near enough those all-time lows. So it's always a little bit skeptical trading at these areas, especially with a pair like pound USD. So it's a very, very popular pair. It's not like CHF JPY or Euro CHF. This is a very major market to trade, where a lot of people are trading with. So pound USD for me, it's at a buy zone right now. You could probably see maybe a push to the upside. Even if you're really looking for the buys, that could be something to look at. For me, I'm a bear in this, so I'm not really considering buys at all at the moment. And sells from up there look a lot better. I prefer Euro USD, but again, I'm not too sure if Euro would actually get there. If it does, fantastic. And then I will be expecting price to make its way back down to those lows. So yeah, AUD/USD, pound gem, GU, to me all looking bearish and looking like we could see a lot more downside. EuroCAD, excuse me, coming to this one. So this one was on my watch list as well coming into the week. I will go through my watch list in a second. But yeah, coming into the week, EuroCAD, actually I'll just do it now to be fair. EuroCAD, I was looking to play both sides. Well, excuse me, I'm looking to play both sides for this one. Looking to buy at those lows to see if I can catch the potential higher low, and also sells at those highs for potential lower high as well. We have seen some upside. Not quite at my zone yet, but I'm looking to sell from up around here to see if we can get the next bearish leg to the downside, and then I'll be looking to see if I can buy it back up again. But so far, not quite at my area of interest, but I will be looking for sales on EuroCAD. Excuse me, throat's a little bit choppy, like the markets. I'm joking. And obviously peso, I'm currently trading this one. Nothing much has really happened there. AUD CAD, like I said, this one actually hit the target for the week. You can see we just about spiked into it. So we opened on Monday and just absolutely tanked. To be fair, with this one, I wasn't too sure if we were going to come up anyway because things were looking very bearish, but I knew that price was a little bit choppy here, so there is a chance we could see one more push to the upside just because that's the nature of the market. It's very up and down, up and down. So there was a good chance the market was going to push up, but we did see some momentum come through and we just didn't see that pullback, and we're going to hit that monthly target there. So that one's kind of out the way. USD/CHF as well, that one's been pushing to the upside as well. It's almost hit the target. I mean, we could still see some downside, but I'm not really too interested in that, to be fair. I mean, if it does come back down to that level, then yeah, but even if it comes down a little bit, I'm not really too interested. It's probably going to hit the daily swing target pretty soonish. And obviously Euro USD looking for price to come back down to those lows. Already opened up a little bit bearish. Could still see a test of that level. But yeah, it's up to Euro USD what we do next, really. So we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, feel free to follow me on Telegram. Well, yeah, feel free to check out my Telegram, but feel free to follow me on TradingView if you want to. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. EuroCAD, sells from those areas and buys down there, and looking to play kind of both sides. But yeah, let me see what comments I've missed out on. NTC/CHF, we'll take a look, no problem. Got you thinking, bro. I feel much better about the trade now. Happy to help clean the services. NTC/CHF, looking for sales. Yes, I am. I'll take a look at that one for you. Richard, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Morning Toko FX. Pound USD just spanked me. How were you buying or selling? What happened? I'm done with GJ for the month. She plays way too many games. Yeah, Pound Yen is definitely a bit more one of the exciting pairs, isn't it? It's definitely one of the more exciting pairs. To be fair, the way I trade it, I treat all pairs the same. To be fair, I give them all the same respect. Euro USD and Pound Yen the same. But yeah, Pound Yen is definitely probably not the best one for beginners to come into. Euro USD is definitely probably the better pair for that. But yeah, Pound Yen can make or break you easily. Hey David, welcome to the stream. Good morning from the UK. A lot of people from the UK, big up. I just bought pound yen. Please take a look. Okay, I'll take a look as well. Good morning, Paul. Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's doing good. Can we look at NZD USD? I sold at 0.5. Okay, we'll take a look at NZD USD. No worries. SIFO. Loving your analysis, boss man. Really like your reasoning regarding market directions. Hey, much appreciated. Well, again, for me, market direction, it's very important, but also not too important. The key thing, as a trader is to know where you want to buy in the market and know where you want to sell. And the second key thing is knowing how far you want to, if you buy the market, how far are you looking to exit? And direction, is where that comes in. Because if you're in a bearish market and you're buying, you can still buy, buyers can still make money in a bearish market. We do have our bullish swings in a bearish market. So, this is a bearish market, lower lows and lower highs. Buyers can still take advantage of these moves here. But because you understand the market direction, you know that, okay, if I'm buying here, I've got to take my profit fairly quickly and probably manage the trade a lot more aggressively. Whereas if you're a seller, you can push the trade a lot further because you understand the direction the market is down. So, you kind of got the clearance to hold the trade longer and push it to further targets. So market direction is important. Telling you how far you're going to push the market and so. But really, the key thing is just knowing where you want to buy and sell. That's the most important thing, and obviously knowing when to exit as well. But for me, it's all about market structure, really. Hey Ross, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Hope you are as well. As you can see, pound is under so much pressure, especially with today claim McCloud changed data. Came out with huge difference. Don't you think it rolls over soon? To be fair, I have not checked that data out. I have no idea what's happened there, to be fair. Again, fundamentals is not something I focus on, but from a technical perspective, possibly, because I'm looking at other pairs, like basically how I form my bias for a particular currency is I look at all the markets for that currency. So like for pound, for example, I'll look at pound USD, pound yen, pound CAD, pound CHF, euro pound, and from that I can get an overview of what pound's trying to do. For quite a while I've been talking about bearish for pound, and we have been seeing pound CAD, pound CHF, pound USD, not really pound yen to be fair. We've seen euro pound push up, but we've seen all those pairs fall over because pound, it's going to do the exact same thing with every currency, just at different speeds. But now with pound USD 100% still see more downside for that one. Again, I know we have taken out those all-time lows, but everything is still pointing down. I'm looking at some other pound pairs which have slightly different structure, like pound NZD. I'm a bit unsure with that one. I'm still keeping my eye on. You can see overall it's very, very choppy. So I haven't really determined a bias just yet for pound NZD. Same with pound AUD as well. Pound CHF and pound CAD are slightly different. They're still looking bearish in terms of the overall structure. So from that, I still expect more downside. But they have kind of broken through some structure, but it could just be a false break. And same thing with pound CAD as well. Could just be a false break. So I can see some more downside for pound, but I'm not 100% on it, and I'm not too sure how far it goes. I mean, if things continue from a fundamental perspective and the recession, we probably will see pound weakness, euro weakness, Aussie weakness, New Zealand weakness, and probably see dollar weak but stronger than all the other ones, to be fair. So we'll probably see pound USD fall, euro USD fall, AUD USD fall, basically all those other dollar pairs fall, and dollar being the kind of the strongest one out of the rest, really. So yeah, I do think we can see some pound side, to the downside for that perspective. But yeah, the pound is still pretty weak, so it'd be crazy if we do go a lot further. We haven't actually hit parity yet, on pound USD, which could be something price is gunning for. Parity is still just down here, so we haven't actually hit it yet, but it could be something price is working towards. We will see. But yeah, for pound USD anyway, I still see a lot more downside. Your 80 CAD signal spot on. Yeah, it was a nice little trade from last week. Yeah, should have probably looked to enter again, to be fair. It's probably been a little bit too, don't know what the word is, but I had 2 trades before and I wasn't really looking to enter again. It was just a little bit choppy. To be fair, it was a little bit annoying, to be fair. Our price came up and down so much. So I kind of just said, I'll leave it be. But then, the next swing is the swing that actually price fell from. Very, very ironic. But yeah, AUD did well. I mean, it's taken its time. It's very, very corrective, but overall it has finally taken up those lows there. But yeah, it did manage to take some nice percentages from that. So I'm happy from that perspective. Obviously did miss out on the bigger move, but not always going to catch you, every single time. But happy to take some couple trades and make some nice profit from that one. So let's hope peso can do the exact same. This one's a little bit choppy, but I'm quite confident with peso that we can make it back to those highs there. Again, I don't really trade peso too much, but I'm looking at the setup and the structure of this, and it looks very, very good. I'm looking at the higher time frames for my directional bias, and if I go to the quarterly time frame, you can see how bullish USD peso has been. Since the 90s, really, we've been crushing it to the upside. And I'm looking at price giving us another push to the upside after respecting this resistance here as support. So I do think the next kind of big move for peso will be to the upside and just see a continuation of this bullish trend. I know we've been firing a lot of wicks there to the upside, so that is a slight red flag, but the higher time frame structure takes more respect than a bunch of wicks, really. So I'm expecting price to still push, and we're holding on to a very, very strong level here on the higher time frame. So for me, for peso, I'm looking at price going a lot higher, back to up here, but I'll probably take it in maybe 2 or 3 trades. I wouldn't do it in one move. I could obviously just try and push it, but I understand peso is a very choppy pair. It goes up and comes down very, very quickly. So I'm trying to take my profit and see if I can come back into another trade. And I'm actually potentially looking to sell from up here as well to see if I can take advantage of a move down to buy it back up again, but that might be a little bit too much for me. So we'll see. But yeah, currently long on peso. Let's see if it plays out nicely with AUD as well last week. Actually, let me go through some of my pairs, my watch list, and I'll jump back onto you guys trades and stuff as well. So like I said, EuroCAD, I'm going to be waiting for sells up at this consolidation. I'll probably just put an alert, it's almost there, or up. Euro USD will look to take a look. Actually, looks like we could still roll over, but I will probably put an alert up here. I'm not really looking to sell in these areas. Low time frames, there could be some nice sells, but for me, I'm working on my 4H zone, so I'll be waiting to see if we can get up there. If we don't, we don't. Pound yen, I'll keep an eye on these areas here. This is not really on my watch list, but since AUD did kind of hit my target already, and USD is almost going to hit the target, which is slightly up here, I'm going to sub some pairs in. So, I can still take advantage of some moves, and pound yen could be one of them. CAD yen, still bearish from this one. This one had a nice fake out of the consolidation. Looks like that one's falling, so I'll see if we can get a retest of that. If not, this one might already be looking to fall. And gold as well. This one fell to the downside like crazy. Is anyone trading gold? Anyone got any trades on gold? Because I was looking at this one coming back into this area coming into the week, but gold said nope, and it just died to the downside. I wasn't expecting that, to be fair. But yeah, gold's looking exceptionally bearish. I was expecting to see a bearish week because of how we closed on the weekly time frame. As you can see, we did leave a big wick to the upside there. So I did say coming into next week, there's a good chance that the market will be bearish and close bearish and reacting with the level, with support resistance. So there's a good chance next week's going to be bearish. It's kind of really seen quite a big move, to be fair. So maybe we can pull back a little bit and then continue midweek or something like that for gold. But again, targets for this one, nothing has changed, to be fair. Still looking for us to reach these lows. So I'm seeing if gold can give me a low high somewhere. Hopefully it will. But yeah, the targets I gave out, all the way down at 1550, they're still at play. Just taking its time. But yeah, let me take a look at some of you guys' pairs before I do get overwhelmed with the pairs. Okay, so yeah, I'll go over those pound yen buys quickly. NZD USD, we'll take a look as well. Euro NZD, Euro JPY. Okay, I'll take a look at those pairs first. Good morning, Big Bang. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Good morning, Ross. Welcome to the stream. How's your weekend? Yeah, weekend was not too bad. Chill. Went to watch The Woman King in the cinema, which was not too bad though. A lot of nice. But yeah, had a nice weekend. Hope you did as well. Ready for the week? Yes, my guy, you're good here. I'm good. Toko FX. I was selling, not in trade at the moment. Just simply speculating now until I have a clear direction. I mean, that's all it is. That's all it is. Waiting. I mean, there was a quote I saw the other day, like trading is 90% waiting, 10% actually trading. And that's very, very true. Very, very true. If you're 90% trading and 10% waiting, you need to flip that the other way. Unless you're profitable, if you're making money, fair enough. But if you're not, try doing the opposite way around. Do you host sim sessions? What's a sim session? Sim session. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Tone Capone. Yeah, I don't know what a sim session is. Simulation session. Yeah, I don't do that, if that's what you meant. Morning, Jason. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. What does parity mean? It just means where, a currency, one currency equals the same as another currency. So £1 equals $1 or €1 equals £1. Like we saw with Euro USD not too long ago, €1 equals $1. In fact, we're actually underneath parity right now. Yeah, we're actually underneath it. So yeah, that'll be parity. You can see the psychological level there, 1.000. That's parity there. So €1, £1. I mean, €1 and $1 have the same worth. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at your USD as well. No problem. Yeah, exactly. Life in the UK. Okay, so let's take a look at some of those pairs. So pound yen, euro NZD, NZD USD. So yeah, it said you were in buys for pound yen. So yeah, the buys for pound yen are they do make sense. It's just that the way price is moving, I'm bearish on it. So for example, in this case scenario, I do see the buys for pound yen. Just that I wouldn't push the trades too far, and I'll manage it a little bit more aggressively because for me the sellers are in control of this one, and they are looking like they could push price lower. Of course, we all take trades according to our plans. Hopefully we do at least. So no trade's gonna be 100% right or 100% wrong. There'll be times when my bias is completely wrong and I got it completely wrong. But yeah, with pound yen, things look like price could still head down. But of course, respect your trade, respect your stop loss, see the trade through. If it fails, it fails. If it wins, it wins. At the end of the day, it's all about the consistency, really. So with pound yen, we are in a good buy area. For me, this will be the better place to take the trade from, because as you can see, we've got this big empty space here. It's likelihood price is going to react with this area here, and that could give us the drive to the upside. But yeah, for pound yen, I do see some upside, but I do think it'll be temporary for the bigger fall to the downside. So I'm personally looking for sells for this one from either one of these areas. I'm not sure where your targets are, but yeah, the buys don't look the best for me. I know it's at good support, but based on the market structure, it doesn't really take my fancy too much. Not to say that the market won't go up, it's just that I don't think it won't probably go up too far. But again, that's just my analysis. So hopefully you found some use in that. NZD USD, I'll take a look at your NZD after. Okay, so NZD USD is similar to, almost similar to AUD/USD. Consolidation there. Looks like we are starting to break out. That is a big fake out that we had there. You can tell because of the wick on the daily time frame, 1 wick, 2 wicks. When prices had those big exaggerated wicks, it's a clear sign the market is faking to go one direction, especially when the trend is down and we fake to go to the upside. It's a big sign that the market's getting ready to continue. And then yeah, we haven't we have cleared the consolidation, just not by a lot though, and it's very, very choppy as well, so it's not the best kind of breakout in the world. I like the breakouts where it does it, big candles, sharp retracement, and then we take the sells. Those are always the best breakouts to take, where it's breaking out of a support level or resistance level or range. Those are always the best breakouts. The ones that are corrective and they start to consolidate, similar to CAD-GM, you can see we broke out this range here, and then we start to consolidate. Never a good sign, really. But anyway, back to USD. So yeah, for this one, the target for it is the wick here, the COVID low. So similar to AUD. Well, we're coming up to those COVID lows around 0.54. We probably will tap into the 0.54 psychological level. So yeah, I'm only seeing more downside for this one. Did someone say they were short or looking to get short? Either which way, if you're shorting, you're in a pretty good trade here. So for me, I'm still expecting more downside from current price. We still got around 95 pips to go, so almost 100 pips to go to the downside. Even if we do break back inside the range, I would still look to short that, as long as we're at the highs of the range, of course. I'll still look to short that and expect the market to continue down south. But yeah, even better if we can break out a little bit more confidently and then short it to the downside. But yeah, either which way, expecting more downside for USD, excuse me, and targets 0.54725. So let's see if we can hit that by the end of the week potentially. Euro NZD, we'll take a look. Hey Johnny Rope, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. TP, okay, we'll take a look at AUD as well, and Jeff, no problem. Had some crazy sales on Bitcoin. Okay, looking to trade Bitcoin, nice. Looking for sales on Euro Swiss. Okay, we'll have a look. Gold weekly break and retest. Yeah, I mean that weekly break and retest is on. That weekly break and retest is on 1700. Huge level 1700, and as of right now, the weekly is holding that as resistance. Yeah, I agree. Done right, you only need to trade 10%. That is enough if you stick to risk management, especially don't even enter daft trades. Yeah, that's a big thing. I feel like entering trades that don't actually make sense just because you want to make money. I feel like that's a huge thing people do that kind of holds them back. Like you can enter any trade and potentially could be a winner, potentially could be a loser. But it's the trades that you enter just because you feel like you're missing out on something. Those are the trades that normally cost you, and the trades that you have planned and you take based on something. Obviously, they don't work all the time, but if you keep taking those trades, you will come out on top eventually. But it's the kind of controlling the urge that you have to want to succeed, because that kind of urge will actually make you not succeed, which is very, very ironic and painful sometimes. But it's 100% true, because that's the reason why you take daft trades, because nobody wants to actually take a bad trade. Who wants to take a bad trade? But people still do. Reason being, because they want to make money. So you've got to kind of bottle that up a little bit. But yeah, we'll get into Euro NZD. So this one's still charging to the upside. This has been a crazy trend because it's been so corrective. And normally when you get corrective trends like this, price, eventually does kind of take a bigger correction. But it's still been pushing up pretty strong. It's still been pushing up and it's still going. So with this one, we have broken through some major structure on the left. It looks like we have had a break and retest of this level here, which is probably why price is still looking pretty bullish. Again, very, very strong resistance faked out there with Russia, Ukraine. Now we're holding above it as support. So we could see price still push on and probably actually go and take out those highs down the left. We do have this key consolidation here where you can see price did consolidate for a few weeks. You can see with the big wicks there. But a few weeks, and then we melted to the downside. So that could be what's drawing price around 1.77. We could see price being drawn to that area and test that range. Maybe from that's where we can get a bigger correction. But all I can see right now is USD looking strong, especially from a weekly time frame. So with this one, I know we are coming up to some resistance. Let me just clear that out of the way. I know we're coming up to some resistance, but I don't think the downside move would be too crazy. We might come back down to this area here. Maybe come back and retest this again before seeing that continuation up to 1.77. So for me, your best bet is still longs, obviously not from these areas here. Sellers will be looking to step around here. So if you're looking to get long, I would say, at least wait for 1.73, 1.715 would be good as well. But that's where I would step in for some longs. You might get some short-term sells out of this area here. But for me, as a trader who likes to trade with the flow of things, I would only stick to buys in this condition. So yeah, for me, USD looks like it's going to take out these highs pretty soonish. And then 1.77, that consolidation, that's a great target to have. So yeah, USD for me, 1.77 looks like a great target. Those highs look good to go, but I would wait for a down move first before buying. If you want to, again, you can look to sell it and see if you can take advantage of that down move. But your best bet is always looking to buy in a bullish market, of course. So yeah, that's what I'll be expecting with USD. Hopefully that made sense. It seems gold is retesting on daily support zone. Yeah, that's what I've got for gold as far. That's what I've got for gold as well. Losses are paid for lessons. That's a good way to think of it, to be fair. That is a very, very good way to think of it. It's difficult when it actually happens though, because when you actually take a loss, it's very, very difficult to go, yeah, I just paid for a lesson there. But it is definitely, how you should be looking at it, to be fair, because, there's definitely are, good things from the losses, especially, losses that are outside your plan. Losses that you take, with your plan is just a loss. It's the price of running the business. But a loss that you take outside of your plan, that's just a lesson, 100%. Okay, so I've definitely missed out some pairs. Euro yen, I'll take a look at that. Vanessa, sure thing, definitely missed out some pairs, but Euro yen, I'll take a look. No problemo. Okay, so I'll take a look at Euro yen, AUD as well, CAD seat chef, FX, Forex signals. Okay, welcome to the stream. Saini, welcome to the stream. I'm a beginner. I learned all the basics, but I'm not able to read the charts. What to do? Well, I would argue that some of the basics is learning how to read the charts, to be fair. Yeah, you've probably learned some basics, but probably not all the basics. So, yeah, if you don't know how to read the chart, again, that's your goal, to learn how to read the chart. I do have some videos about beginners for Forex trading. It goes through candlesticks. It goes through market structure. If you go check out my Forex education playlist on my channel, I do have videos related to candlesticks and market structure, which is kind of like the fundamentals of technical analysis, really, the basics of the chart. So yeah, go and check that out. But yeah, understanding the chart is definitely an important thing if you're going to learn how to trade. So go and check that out. Bitcoin was 2 pips away from TP and then moves the opposite direction. Wow. Yeah, unfortunate. Again, sometimes price can come 2 pips away from your stop loss and then moves in your favor. So, don't get too upset, because there will be times where price does it and you'll be happy. But yeah, I don't use an electronic stop loss when price is kind of like 2 pips away from my target. If it starts to pull back, I normally just close the trade, really. Even if it's like within like 5 pips, I'll probably look to close the trade anyway. Just because it's a little bit annoying when that does happen, and I think it's just because I'm a bit impatient. But yeah, price is going to do that with your stop loss sometimes, so it does work both ways, but it's just annoying when it does play out for your TP. But yeah, we'll take a look at Euro Yen. So Euro JPY has been a little bit, hasn't been the best. Last week I was looking for buys for this one, but after we failed to create new highs past this point, I've kind of lost a little bit of love for the longs here on Euro Yen. I'm kind of just watching the pair at the moment, waiting for its next move. Pound Yen looks a lot clearer to me, and some other JPY pairs like CAD Yen as well, and even like US JPY, which is still flying, to be fair. But Euro Yen is in a little tough situation, because the way I trade is all about market structure, really. And I can see the higher time frames for this one's obviously bullish. You can see the major swing points in the market. We've got a high there, we've got a low there, we've got a higher high, we've got a higher low, and again we've got a higher higher high, and this is not yet a higher low. Reason being, we haven't actually formed a higher high yet. So these swing points here, let me change the color of them because they're not actually major. Trying to go bullish, take up those highs, and trying to go bearish here and take up those lows, but it's failed at doing both of those things, and now it's just created a high and a low there in the market. So when the market does this, normally I still favor the overall direction of the market, which is still to the upside, but because Euro Yen is just it's in a very, very kind of like tired price action, tired market structure. Back down here we're much more free flowing. Then we went through a huge kind of consolidation. Then we pumped to the upside again, but now you can see that the pullbacks are a lot more stronger, and it's not a good sign for a healthy trending market. So with this one, I'm actually waiting for price to either go and take up these highs or take up those lows before I look for the next move for Euro Yen. Again, this is from a swing perspective. Obviously there will be trades within this range here. It's a pretty big range to have on the daily time frame. If I do measure it, yeah, it's around 660 pips, so there's definitely gonna be trades in between, but it just means that from a directional perspective, I'm not 100% set on my direction yet, and I normally want to be 100% set on my direction. Not that I'll be right 100% of the time, but just that the technicals line up in a particular way, and then I can look to trade either with it or slightly against it if I want to. But I want to be sure my direction. Right now, it's a little bit here and all there. So with the directional sense, it's not very, very clear for me on Euro Yen. But obviously there will be some trades to take advantage of, especially on a day trading time frame. This will be a nice area to buy from. You can probably snatch a few pips to the upside. Again, nothing major. Coming back into some areas around here, probably just take the trade. Again, you probably still snap 100, actually about 200 pips to the upside. So you can definitely snatch a good amount of pips from these areas. Again, this will be a nice place to buy, and likewise, this will be a nice place to sell. So keep an eye on 142.250, 139.644, and 138.150 as areas to buy and sell from. Obviously, these areas to buy from, and that area there to sell from. But in terms of direction and which highs I expect to be taken out, in which swing I'm expecting price to go next, I'm still undecided. So yeah, the directional sense, I don't really have too much going on here for Euro Yen, so I'm going to be waiting for things to develop a little bit better. But that doesn't change too much. You can still take advantage of some buys and sells, but again, because direction is a little bit off, you don't want to be pushing the trade too far. So that's what I've got for Euro Yen. Hopefully that was useful. If you guys have a bias for the pair, let me know. What do you expect Euro Yen to do next? Or generally speaking, what do you expect for the yen pairs in general? Is it time for the yen pairs to come back down now? They've been flying for who knows how long, for like the past year or so. Is it time for the yen pairs to reverse? It could be. It very well could be. But yeah, we'll take a look at AUD, and CAD CHF. Took a short on pound USD at 1.10797. Moose was the entry. Worst case, it'll be a free trade, and best case, it'll keep falling, and that'll be a happy toker. Okay, we'll have a look at pound USD as well. AUD, a fake out 50-minute time frame. Okay, we'll have a little look see. I will get into AUD. Do not worry. It's just that's the 15 minutes. So I'm going to take a look now. Fake out the 15. Okay, what have we faked out? Yeah, I'm not really seeing much here. Is it a trend line we faked out? Is it a support level or range? Let me know what you've seen for the fake out for. In fact, this is actually a beautiful trend line I've just spotted here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tests of the trend line. Price is still respecting it. Very, very nice indeed. So yeah, AU for me, I'm not too sure what you're talking about the fake out, unless you're talking about this here, the trend line, or something else. But all I'm seeing is price, respecting the bearish structure, the bearish sentiment of the market, and it's still heading lower. So for me, AUD, those are the targets. We've had a pretty confident breakout, of this range here. So, as of right now, I'm just expecting a lot more downside for AU, and probably to go and test those monthly lows, and potentially go and test, will actually take out the COVID lows down there. So yeah, I'm not too sure about the fake out you're talking about. Please let me know a little bit more. But yeah, more downside is all I'm seeing. More downside is all I'm seeing. Okay, AUD looking a little bit bearish right now. US 30, we'll take a look, no problem. We'll go through some indices as well. How about gold? Sure thing, we'll take a look. Please tell something about USD. Okay, we'll take a look safe, no problem. Yeah, that downtrend break that immediately reversed. Okay, yeah, if you're talking about that, yeah, that was a a little bit of a fake out, yeah. But the trend is still down, so if you're all looking for price to reverse and go to the upside, you want to see some confident breaks in structure, not a slight little close above, especially when everything is so bearish on higher time frames as well. You want to see a confident break, confident shift in structure before you start looking to take reversals. Not something where you're like, it might be, it might not be. That never really works in the long run. You want to see confident breaks, and that'll give you much better setups. In the long run anyway. Just have to be a bit more patient for them, of course. But yeah, this one at AUD, did you say you were selling or something? I can't remember. TP 1.11824, 1.11824. Okay, that's around here-ish. Okay, so you're selling that one right now. Price is looking pretty bearish, so I'll assume you're in some profit. So well done, nice trade. Yeah, so for this one, we've been trading at some monthly highs here, so expecting market to eventually see some downside. We have been flying to the upside for quite some time now, and we have come very, very strongly into this 1.14 level, and now we are reacting off that. So again, in terms of the market structure, we haven't really seen a real shift yet in terms of a major low, but obviously coming up to here, we have taken out some of these 4H lows, and the market has printed a nice little lower high there, like it was doing up here as well. So everything's looking pretty good for this one. We do have the higher time frames reacting to a nice higher time frame level as well. So yeah, it does look pretty. Wow, price is really going for it. Damn, price is really going. What? Mate, is there some news or something? That was crazy. It was literally just up here when I was talking about it, and then just dropped. To be fair, I don't think it's a lot of pips because ADNZD doesn't really have a lot of pips about it. But let me measure that. Yeah, it's only like 40 pips, so it's not too crazy. But yeah, that was really melting. Wow. Let me look at some other AD pairs quickly. Nothing too much there. Yeah, AD pairs not really doing too much. Let me take a look at Euro USD. Pound Yen, Pound USD, nothing too much. How's Peso doing? Peso still in the same place. Yeah, ADNZD just took a little bit of a dive there. Interesting stuff. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really change too much in terms of what price was already doing. So yeah, for this one, target looks good. I mean, almost got there, to be fair. I was going to say watch out for the consolidation here on the left, but price has actually already reacted with it, so that's a good sign. If price hadn't reacted with it, then you could see a bit of a push to the upside like it did over here as well. But we already have reacted with it. Now price is coming down strong again, so price should break through that consolidation, and yeah, your target should get hit coming into this kind of area down here. So yeah, looking good for ADNZD. Looking good. Hopefully going to hit that. Take profit later today. But yeah, a little bit of frantic stuff from that pair, and I rarely trade ADNZD as well. Okay, so we'll take a look at CAD Chef as well, and I'll move on to US 13 gold. Yeah, medium reversed. Morning, Israel. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing good. Anyone in Euro USD? Yeah, is anyone trading Euro USD? That's on my watch list. I'm actually hoping for a bit of upside first before I short, but still expecting more downside for that one. CAD Chef. Okay, so CAD Chef again stuck at some resistance here. It's having trouble breaking through these highs. Again, you can see price actually really respecting this area 2, 3, 4, really having a tough time breaking through this area. And again, if you look at the current kind of theme of the market, we definitely are seeing nice bearish structure in play. So that would always be a great place to sell at. If the market is consistently failing to break for a certain level and it's in the same kind of direction as the higher time frame trend, most of the time, great places to be looking to enter trades at. So yeah, for CAD/CHF, things are looking good. If we can break through this low, most likely we'll be heading back down to these lows here, because we could still bounce and head up again. So if you haven't entered a trade, up around there, you probably don't want to enter until price gets back up there, of course. But I think you are on a trade. You did say take profit or something, didn't you? Take profit, sell 0.71437. 0.71437. Okay, that's around here. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Obviously, we've got these lows to take out first, but if we do take them out, which looks pretty likely, I would expect us to head back down to these lows here, which will take will hit your TP. So looking pretty good there for CAD/CHF. Momentum is still for the bears in this one. So as long as we can take out that 0.72 level, things will be looking good for your trade there. Hopefully we can go and hit those targets very, very soon. US 30, yeah, US 30 still looking bearish, still leading to the downside. Again, we're looking for these lows here to be taken out. We had a beautiful run to the upside. We were talking about price coming into this consolidation down the left. We had a hard time breaking through. Price snapped straight past this support level, and now we're getting the continuations to the downside. So US 30 probably going to see new lows past this point. I'm looking at the higher time frames, and you can see we are consistently still seeing lower highs in the market. Let me change it back to orange. Stands out a little bit better. So yeah, we are still consistently seeing lower highs in the market. So if that theme continues, we could still melt again if we have a major recession, which we're kind of in. But the kind of key kind of theme when we have a major recession is definitely an impulsive big kind of crash, which we haven't quite had yet. The downside we've been seeing is very gradual. Price rolls over, comes back up, lower high, rolls back over, comes back up, lower high, rolls over. It's not really crash, major recession vibes. It's just kind of like a slow decline, which is not really a good sign either. It's not a good sign, because crash like this, you can see with COVID, was just very very dramatic, instant, then price recovers. This is like a reversal, so to speak, which is obviously I don't expect it to reverse completely and come back down forever, but yeah, we still need to see a big crash for things to really kick off. So that could still be on the cards, and as of I can see right now, we're still forming major lower highs and even lower highs in the daily in the 4H time frame. So most likely these lows will go. So if you are looking to trade US 30, your best bet is to short the rallies. If we can see some upside back into this resistance here, that'd be a nice place to base some shorts from. Coming into 29,350, 29,370. Come up into that level there, looking for shorts around this point, stop loss above there, and you can look to go and take out those lows, something like that. Looks like a good opportunity. If we get there or not, I'm not too sure, but nonetheless, I wouldn't look to short around here. Number one, the market's already seen some impulse, so we're starting to dry up of some momentum, and number two, we're not really at any solid level of resistance, or I mean, you could argue break and retest of that low. But yeah, that's not really for me there. Not to say it won't work, it's just that I'd rather price comes to a stronger level so I can base my trade off a stronger level of resistance. But yeah, US 30 for me, probably going to see some new lows later this week. We got 28617, or no, 28609 is where I got the lows at. So that could be a nice target as a TP, or you can look for like a general area down here if you want to. Obviously, depends how you want to take the trade and place your TP. But all I can see right now is more downside for US 30, and I'm looking at some of the other indices as well coming onto the stream. I think US 100 is already taking up the lows. Yes, we have. So this one, price is still gunning to the downside. Going into the weekly time frame, Everything's still looking pretty bearish. We've got the highs from COVID over here. Price could be drawn to around 9,700. That could be a target price looks at. All we're seeing is lower high after lower high. So, most likely we're going to push on, maybe come up again, and then push on again. So US 30 still expecting more downside. GER30 for this one as well, more downside. And we're seeing those consistent lower highs. I did say I'm expecting price to be attracted to this area here for this one. So this one for me still got a lot more downside left. It could go a lot further as well. I'm zooming out. We could actually be attracted to this major area of support as well. You can see price after it forms a high, it taps the support. Well, it didn't quite there, did it over there. We could see price tap that same support there as well. So there could be a lot more downside for this one as well. But nonetheless, this is a key level to watch out for. And again, more downside. So expecting these lows to be taken out and price to make its way back down to 11,600, 11,500. If you are looking to sell this one, you can look for retest of that range, something like that. Retest it 12,250. Then you can get some nice continuations back down to those lows there as well. But yeah, this one, all the indices, all I can see is more downside. US 500, we haven't quite taken out those lows yet, so that's what I'll be expecting price to do shortly. And we've got the COVID highs there as well. Price could be attracted towards. So yeah, not looking good for the indices at all. Still showing signs of a lot more dollar strength to come. Is anyone trading the indices? Okay, so we'll take a look at I'll take a look at gold, NZUSD, NZD CAD, no problem. And can I get your opinion on oil? Okay, we'll take a look at oil. A lot of talk of crude oil going up with OPEC cutting oil production. It could be a good trade for everyone if this were okay. That could be a case scenario where we are reacting with a very very important high time frame level at 75. I will go take a look now. But yeah, the fundamentals do support strength in oil, but it depends, because if we do see that bigger recession, I expect all commodities to fall, but obviously oil might do something special. EuroCAD, sure thing, Big Bang, we'll take a look. Yo, welcome to I lost money on GJ. Nice way to announce yourself, my man or woman. Yeah, you're definitely not the first person to lose money on GJ, and you won't be the last either, so don't worry too much about it. Just hope it's not anything too big, but yeah, don't worry too much about it. Very manipulative today. Maybe I'll come CPU. Yeah, it could be. Things change, and the news is definitely a catalyst for breakouts and stuff like that. Many times we've been on the stream and things have been very, very choppy. Then we've had some news the following day or later that week, and then things are flowing again. So it's definitely a recurring theme where price is a little bit choppy, and the news is kind of the catalyst to get things going again. So yeah, that definitely could be the reason. Especially like GU as well is a little bit choppy as well. Very, very similar to GJ at the moment. But yeah, we'll get onto gold. Had CHF and AD drop, like I said. Yeah, well done, FX Forex signals. Are you currently trading them? Are you currently in positions? Okay, gold's popular. We'll get into gold. Hello, Arthur James. Welcome to the stream. Third time watching you. How are you? Nice. Third time's a charm. I'm doing good. Hope you are as well. And guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please be sure to leave a like. It does really help the stream out. It helps up the channel. Subscribe if you haven't done already. We're almost at 5k subscribers. So let's see if we can get there soon. So yeah, if you are enjoying the content, finding it useful, I do go live every Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Just forgot the times there for a second. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, UK time, London time. So if you are enjoying the streams, please be sure to pop in again. I will be live tomorrow, of course. But yeah, if you are liking it, feel free to actually drop a like. It does help the channel out, and hit the bell as well so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. But yeah, gold. So gold is looking pretty bearish, as you can see where my arrow is pointing. You know what I'm expecting for more for gold. I will get to oil in a second. TOKFX, don't you worry. But yeah, so you can see the higher time frame structure, the higher time frame, you know, price action. Basically, we are respecting 1700, which is a huge level. Full price, you know, pretty much running through price here, holding price up. Let me just use the zone, basically holding price up. Now we have broken through, big wick to the upside last week. Now we've kind of opened up bearish, reacting to that same level. So for gold, I'm expecting these lows to be taken out. Long term, I'm still looking at gold back down to 1550, which is at this low here. So I'm still looking for more downside for gold into that support, and that, you know, that kind of target is still very much on its way. So for gold, I'm only looking at selling for this one. I did say some upside would be nice for that next major lower high somewhere, and we can come back down again. But yeah, gold is looking exceptionally bearish at the start of the week, which is not what I expected. I did expect it to be bearish, but not so quickly, and so yeah, just not so quickly. But yeah, gold for me, 1620 is the next major target for this one, which is back down at these lows here, and then 1650. But of course, not expecting that to happen for, I don't know, to be fair, something could happen, but maybe a month or two, you know, it could take its time to get there. But gold for me, 1619, 1620 is looking very, very good. So if I can get a rally to the upside, we'll look for that next lower high, preferably coming back into this area here, just underneath 1700 would be nice. And then yeah, I'm expecting the continuations back to the downside. So yeah, all I can see is shorts. Obviously there might be some longs coming up into this area, but I wouldn't entertain it. You know, shorts right now are your best bet, and if you do get into longs, I wouldn't push the trade too far. So hopefully that made sense there on gold. Okay, so we'll take a look at oil first. I'll take a look at NZUSD and NZD CAD, and I'll take a look at oil as well. Up to 7, nice FX Forex signals. Hopefully those trades can hit the TPs. Hey Miko, what's up too? Hey Emmanuel, welcome to the stream. I'm in on AUSD at 0.625665. Okay, we'll have a little look. The last ride gaming 1645. Okay, is that your target for gold? Is that your target for gold? I'm suspecting. Or is 1645, 1645, 1645, 1640. I don't know why I zoomed out so much. 1645. Okay, that's around here-ish. So is that where you're looking to buy or sell to, or something? Yeah, I don't know why I zoomed out so far. 1645 is just there. Okay, so is that what you're looking to sell to, or is it a target? You know, let us know. All you said is 1645. Okay, so we'll take a look at NZUSD, NZD CAD, and then we'll jump onto oil. Okay, so NZUSD, like I said earlier in the stream, everything is looking bearish for this one. Expecting us to head down to these COVID lows here, which we've got around 0.54700, we'll call it 0.54700. Expecting those lows to be taken out and price to head further. Potentially those lows, but you know, we'll play it step by step for this one. So yeah, NZUSD is just about breaking out the consolidation, not the most confident break in the world, but we do have a lot of momentum behind us, so you know, it could still play out pretty well. And we could still see a continuation back down to those lows. Like I said earlier, if it does break back inside the range, I'll still expect the market to roll over, as long as we can short at the highs of the range, of course. You know, I still would expect the market to come back down and hit those COVID lows. But yeah, NZUSD looking bearish here. Only expecting more downside. Your best bet is still looking for those sells. Yeah, buys don't look too good at all, really, even the lower time frames. But yeah, 0.546 is where I expect the market to head towards. And NZD CAD, similar price action to NZD USD, still heading down. Again, for this one, I don't necessarily have a target I'm working towards, because price on the left is very, very choppy. So there's no specific target I have in mind of where I expect NZD CAD to get to, like other pairs like NZD USD or AUD USD. So this one, I'm kind of just playing off the psychological levels and just playing with structure, because you can see the consistent lower highs the market's placed. As long as that structure continues, we're not trying to overcomplicate things here. So 0.76 is down there. We could be seeing price roll over to go and hit that again. We've got 0.755 and 0.75 there as well. So those are key areas to keep in mind. Right now, the market's coming to retest this structure, which could fund for another continuation to the downside. I did say as well, keep an eye on this level here as well. But again, shorts are still your best bet with NZD CAD, and just play that higher time frame structure to the downside. And yeah, you can look to sell it back down to these lows. To be fair, you don't necessarily have to use the psychological levels, but if the trend does continue, the psychological levels is what we can use as targets, to work our way towards. So hopefully that is helpful there, but all I can see right now is more downside. And oil. So oil, for this one, price has had a quite big rally to the upside over the past few days. Again, the higher time frame level that I was talking about was 75 back down here. Well, not quite 75. You can see it got to around 76 something. So yeah, price is reacting with that. We could see some upside from that from a technical standpoint. Obviously, the fundamentals could help drive that higher. But we need to see some shifts in structure first. So before I start, actually, calling out any longs, you can see the market has still placed a lot of these lower highs in place, and until that structure kind of breaks, I'm not trying to over complicate too much with oil. So we could definitely see that upside move happen, but all I can see is price has had a strong move, which hasn't changed too much. I know it's a lot of momentum, especially from a key area, but in the grand scheme of things, the structure, the lower highs is still in place. We tap back into the same kind of area of that trend line, and we do have a major level of broken support and resistance around 94 as well. So if we can snap above that from a daily perspective, I think that would definitely line up with the fundamentals, and then we can actually start to use that as a place to buy on the flip side of that, around 94ish. And then from that, we could probably see another swing back to the upside, maybe back to these highs or those highs. So yeah, from a technical perspective, if you're looking for those long-term longs, I would wait for 94 to break. If not, if I completely ignore fundamentals, which is kind of what not all the time, but what I do from a trade-to-trade basis, and focus on the technicals, I would favor another continuation back to the downside for oil. I would favor another continuation back down to the lows. But if we break above 94, that would change it, because we'll be breaking structure and we're breaking back a major level as well. So that's what I'll be looking at for oil, and that's kind of formulating my bias. We could see the fundamentals take control, but I want to see us get above 94 and break some structure, and that'll tell me that, okay, the technical is now aligned with the fundamentals. Then you can look for a bigger swing, so to speak, to the upside. But all I can see now is that the sellers are still in control, and we could still take a tumble. So I wouldn't rush in just yet to the buys, but I do like your thinking there, TokoVex, but I wouldn't rush in just yet to the buys for that one. No problem. Okay, so we'll take a look. Okay, so yeah, the price is not too far far away from your TP on AUD and CAD CHF, to be fair. Still got a little bit of a way to go, but could see price get there pretty soonish, especially with that little momentum that we saw earlier. Okay, Euro Pound, sure thing. Life, we'll get onto that. Thanks, bro, for NZD CAD. No problem, safe. Happy to help. But yeah, Euro Pound's been a little bit choppy. I said coming into the week, I'm still looking for this monthly wick to get filled for price to return back to these highs. Again, crazy rejection that we had earlier, but I'm still looking for that wick to be filled and price to continue up. and we are kind of holding above the mid-range of the bigger range that we're in. So this is kind of what I'm looking at for euro pound. We've got the highs of the range up here, we've got the lows of the range down there, and this here is kind of like my midpoint in the range, which is very, very important, because traditionally speaking, when you pass the midpoint in the range, you probably got about 80% chance, 90% chance of the market making back to those highs. And we did already make it back to those highs with that big wick there, as you can see. But you can see the monthly candle closed above. So if you can remain above this level here, I would expect us to find some strength again and make our way back to these highs. And like I said, probably go and fill the wick there to the upside as well for euro pound. So this is a major monthly level of support that if you do stay above, I'm looking for that wick to be filled to the upside for euro pound. And on the daily chart, 4H chart, things are still a little bit choppy. You can see we are respecting that major level around the 0.87, but we are still very, very choppy. So coming into the week, I did say for this one, I expect to see another move to the downside first, and then possibly the continuation higher. And so far, we've just seen price kind of range sideways. So again, very, very choppy. Maybe waiting for some catalyst from the news to get things going again for euro pound. But in terms of direction, all I'm seeing right now is more upside, but I wouldn't buy just yet. I would not buy just yet. It's just a little bit choppy, and we still could get that move to the downside, and that would be a much better buy. That'll be a much better buy. Maybe coming back into this low here and then buying back up. Nice strong move down. That'll be a much better buy. And you can put your stop loss in a safe place as well. Whereas here, you're a little bit exposed there, and the market could come and run your stop loss. So for euro pound, I'm seeing more upside for this one, but price action is just not clear. So I'm waiting for it to develop a little bit better. Maybe if we push the upside again and then come back and retest the range that price has created here, something like this, that would be a little bit better to trade from. Or like I said, come back down one more time and then buy it back up. But either which way, I'm looking for more upside. Targets, that consolidation is a very important target there at 0.89600, and obviously we've got the higher time frame monthly range around 0.91 as well. That could be a nice target to have from a swing perspective. Obviously, don't expect you to hit that target in one move, in one go, but that could be a nice target that you can slowly work towards, 3-4 trades, over the course of like a month or two, to the upside, or maybe even more, depending how you trade. But yeah, euro pound looking like we can get more upside, but price is awful at the moment. I wouldn't recommend buying or selling, to be fair. No matter really what your bias is, it just doesn't look good for either directions. And that's technically how euro pound moves. It's a very, very choppy pair, but the opportunity does look good. So if you can improve, break out somewhere, come back down again, find some support, then we can probably push to our next major target. But yeah, euro pound, not the biggest fan of that price action just yet. But I will probably look at euro pound a lot more, because AUD CAD has already hit my target, so I'm not really looking to sell this one anymore. Again, the target was this monthly level here, so very, very similar to what I've got on AUSD. If I go on AU quickly, okay, so yeah, AUSD, we're looking for price to come back to the monthly candlestick low there. And if I go to AUD CAD, you can see price has actually hit that level just now. Yesterday I think it hit it. So I'm looking for price to do the same for AUSD and potentially go fill the wick as well. So AUD CAD could see a lot more downside and go fill the wick to the downside as well. But I would expect to see some type of reaction, coming into this major support before that happens. Or it might just break through and just keep falling. We'll have to see. But for now, anyway, I'm not looking to sell AUD CAD directly into that support. I want price to pull up again, give me a lower high somewhere, and then potentially, we could sell off again to the downside. But yeah, AUD CAD's already hit my support level, so I'm not really interested in AUD CAD anymore. So I'm looking for potentially another pair to take its place, and same with USD-CHF as well. That one's not too far off from hitting its where is it? Okay, yeah, USD-CHF's not far off from hitting its resistance. As you can see, not too far off hitting that level as well, which was the take profit for USD-CHF. Again, we could potentially see some more downside and maybe a higher low could form, but I'm not really too interested. It's very, very close to its target there. So Not too interested with UCHF anymore. If it does come back down, I'll see. Maybe there might be a buy, but this one I'm kind of already consider that it's hitting the target basically, and AU CAD as well. But peso, I'm still in a long position for this one, still trading around my entry price. So, you know, my average kind of trade duration is around 3 to 5 days. So, you know, this could take time to play out. I've only been in this trade for not even a day yet. Still around like 18 or 19 hours I've been in this trade so far. So, you know, still going to give it time to play out, but I'm still looking at pushback up to that resistance. Euro USD, we'll see what we can get in the pullbacks for this one, if we can get the pullbacks, of course, but not the cleanest. Euro CAD as well, looking for a little bit more upside before I look to get into any trades. I'm looking for this one to roll over. Pound yen, I'll keep an eye on pound yen as well, see how that one develops. But yeah, no crystal clear opportunity I can see just yet to get into a trade. Can you please look at AUSD? Of course. We'll take a look at AU. I mean, yeah, I was just on AU. So are you on the lower time frames or high time frames? Let me know. But yeah, AUSD, like I said, targets for this guy is packed down here. So, you know, if you're looking at selling, if you're looking at selling AUSD, all you need to find really in the market is just a rally. Wait for a rally to form and then look to sell the rally when you get sell confirmations. Obviously not blindly selling the market, but when you do get a good sell opportunity, basically look to sell it. And you do have a pretty good chance the market is going to go and hit those targets down there. I did say it would be nice to get a retest of the range. Will we do that? I'm not too sure if we will. Sometimes when the market is just very, very bearish on higher time frames, it kind of just rolls over. But if you can get a retest of 0.64, that would be great to actually trade. Higher time frame on the okay, yeah, so yeah, 4H daily, everything's looking bearish. So yeah, monthly target is this level here. And yeah, on the daily, that's what I'm expecting. We broke outside the range. It would be nice to come and retest the range and then get the continuation, but AU for me, all I can see is more downside here. So your best bet, especially when you're focusing on the higher time frames, is just to sell with the higher time frames. Don't look to try and buy it up again. If you're in the lower time frames, you can probably get away with it and take advantage of a small amount of pips. But if you're trading on the higher time frames, your best bet is just look to sell. A retest of the range would be nice. Will we get it? You know, we'll find out. But yeah, that's all I'm seeing there for AU. A break at that consolidation and that continuation. And ends the USD similar as well. Not as good as AU, but I'm still expecting those COVID lows to be taken out. And maybe we can get price to go a lot further than that. Ends the CHF. This one is looking good as well. I'm still expecting price to go and take out these all-time lows. You can see if I zoom out of the major structure of NZCHF, it's just been a huge downtrend for quite a while, and we'll be taking out low after low after low. The price just been continuing this trend. I'm expecting price to go and do the exact same thing. Nothing's changed with NZCHF. The structure is the exact same. So price for me is slowly working its way back down to these all-time lows here at 0.53028, basically 0.53. So that's what I'm expecting this one to head towards. Everything's still looking pretty bearish. I'm expecting these lows to be taken out pretty soon, maybe sometime this week. It would be nice to see maybe a move back up into that resistance there, retest this level and then drop, because things are a little bit choppy right now. But again, things could be waiting for news to kick in before we see some big movement again. No problem, Arthur James, happy to help, my man, happy to help, or woman, most likely man, but can't be too careful. But yeah, NZCHF looking good for sells as well. Looking a lot better than ADCHF as well, because that one's already dropping, whereas NZCHF we got clear target and we've got clear price action, whereas this one is still going. But to be fair, with this one, I'm still expecting us to make our way back down to those lows too. To be fair, the way I'm looking at the price action here across all these similar pairs, it all looks like they could collapse. And I'm talking about the monthly time frame, not even like 4H or something. Like from a monthly time frame, they all look like they're gunning towards their all-time low supports, and I know a lot of pairs already done that already. But yeah, I'm looking at AUD CAD. That one can still go and take out those lows. AU looks like it's going to take out or come into this support, take out those lows. As the USD take out COVID lows, we've seen pound CAD already taking out its lows. Pound CHF already taking out its lows. NZD CAD, that one's still heavily falling. No real clear target with that one, however. AUD CAD we just talked about. Gold, I'm expecting back down to 1550, maybe even further as well. So yeah, it's not looking good for a lot of the markets, especially Aussie and New Zealand pairs. They're not looking good short term and long term. Best bet with those pairs is still looking to sell. Gold likewise as well, looking to sell. Yeah, which is the only reason why I'm a little bit iffy with oil going bullish, because commodities still looking bearish, and if dollar's strong, you would expect oil to fall. But if there's another fundamental reason why we could see strength in oil, maybe that could overcome the dollar strength. We'll have to see. But typically speaking, in all recessions, all commodities fall. So, but obviously, all recession, we haven't also had, Russia, Ukraine happening at the same time as well. So we'll see with that one. Again, I don't really trade at all. I don't think I've actually placed a trade in oil. So it's not something I'm looking to capitalize on. But if I was, I'll still be short bias until 94 was to break. And Bitcoin as well, looking a little bit bearish. I did say, if you haven't actually seen my analysis for the week, feel free to go and check it out. It is on my channel now. But I was talking about Bitcoin potentially some upside from this level, and also shorts from back up here again. But price has rolled over. I did say we might see some upside from this level, a little bit of upside. But I do expect us to probably retest these highs and then dump to the downside, and probably go and take out these lows here, because we are really having a tough time to break through 2200 up at those highs. So for Bitcoin, we could see some upside, which could give us a good opportunity to short it back down again. But I do think these wicks are getting good to be taken out pretty soon, pretty soon. So yeah, it's not looking good for Bitcoin. Pretty much anything against the dollar is not looking good. Apart from peso, which is what I'm currently trading, which has actually not performed well. It's been a little bit sideways, to be fair, but we haven't really seen dollar dominance on USD MXN compared to other pairs, which is why I do think we'll probably see price catch up a little bit with peso. But yeah, that's the only trade I'm currently in. It's gonna take some time to play out. Have to sit back and let the market do what it needs to do. It's coming to a very nice level of support. I do think we can snap bullish again. Again, I was looking at this being a big fake out to the upside, grabbing liquidity above these highs over there on the left, for price to actually continue going down. But after looking at the market and how it's kind of developed, I can tell that price has actually just formed a higher high for price to actually continue higher, most likely. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but most likely it's actually formed a higher high to continue higher. Reason being, after a fake out, especially like that one, after a big fake out, you expect momentum to come in and stay. We did see momentum come in over here, but it kind of depleted and very corrective. So for me, it shows me that the bears have backed out, and we could be seeing a high low form somewhere around here for price to get ready to go higher. So that's what I'm looking at for peso. Looking at that double bottom entry, which I entered on this candle. I did post it on my Telegram, so feel free to check out my Telegram if you want to. Links to that in the description. But yeah, I did post it on the Telegram. But yeah, it hasn't really done much, and some slight profit, but still a long way to go if price is going to hit that full target all up there for around about a 4-ish reward, maybe slightly underneath. I think a 4R. But yeah, looking pretty good. We'll see if it plays out. Get continuation of AUD CAD. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. But there's no other pair that really take my fancy. Euro-CAD I'll keep an eye out for. But yeah, it's a shame that AUD-CAD did kind of fall at the start of the week, and USD-CHF did push, because there would have been some really, really good buys. And to be fair, I just haven't really had the conditions to actually go long and take trades. You know, I've been looking for the retest of this structure. It failed. Well, you get above it there. It failed there. And it actually failed there the first time there. Then we were testing the resistance. Then we broke back above. Never got the retest. So I just unfortunately haven't actually had a good opportunity to go long. But the key thing is not forcing it. The key thing is not forcing it. Sometimes not always going to get trades that fit the criteria. So you're just going to have to let it go. But yeah, if it does come down, I'll consider looking to go long, but it might just come back down to retest this structure here, just to push up higher. And for me, that's not enough pips for me. That's about 76. You know, my stop loss is going to be around maybe 20, 25, maybe 30. Risk to reward, maybe actually no, it's going to be it's going to be half of that. So yeah, it's not really worth it, to be fair. I'll just let USD-CHF do its thing, but if it does come back down here, I will be interested. USD-CAD seen some new highs as well. How are the yen pairs? Pound yen seen some upsides. CAD yen seen some upside. Yeah, so for example, in this kind of situation, I'll just kind of let the market play out. Probably set some alerts for my trade. So something like this. If it comes to stop loss, I'll set alert there. If it comes to my first TP, let me drag that across and label them. But yeah, I'll just set alerts, because watching the trade doesn't do anything to help the progression of the trade. All it does is just makes you anxious. Well, it depends, to be fair. If you manage the trade a lot more closely, and you're a bit more of an active manager of your trades, then yeah, feel free. But for me, it's a little bit more mechanical the way I manage my trades, which is good, to be fair, because it means that, you know, it's very, very obvious what I need to do next with my trades, and it's not like, you know, should I close it? Should I let it go running? You know, I've got set criteria for it, so it kind of takes out the kind of anxiety of if you're going to get profit or is things going to go against you. But yeah, that's normally what I do there. Set TP at the first take profit, set it at the stop loss, and let price do its thing. Probably check again maybe every 4H candle closure, or if need be at the end of the day, and see if I get alerted at the stop loss or at the take profit. Then I may go break even at that level. We'll have to see. Does anyone else manage their trades similar or completely different? Because I know some of you use trading stop losses, which are not too bad, to be fair. I used to use trading stop losses, and I do sometimes as well, but it's normally when I've hit my final target, I want to push the trade further to a higher time frame target. That's when I use a trading stop loss. But yeah, most of the time it's just very mechanical. If it hits the target, cool, take profit. If it hits the stop loss, cool, you know, we hit the stop loss. But yeah, there's a million ways to manage a trade, to be fair. So there's no right or wrong way, really. Euro-CHF, okay. Johnny Rope. You did say Euro-CHF early, didn't you? Completely forgot about it. My bad. Okay, guys, we do have about 13 minutes left of the stream, so any last minute pairs you want me to take a look at, just leave it down in the chat, and I will take a look at it. But yeah, Euro-CHF, do you say you were selling Euro-CHF? You said you're waiting to sell, did you say, or waiting to buy? I can't remember what you said. If you did actually say something, to be fair, I might be making it up. But yeah, Euro-CHF structure still pointing down. Structure is still pointing down. We've got the all-time lows running through the market around this area here, so 0.96530. But yeah, things are still looking bearish for USCHF. Things are still looking bearish. So again, prices at some sensitive areas. So typically, I don't really look to get involved these kind of situations. But price action is still price action. So feel free to trade it. But yeah, the market has failed obviously to climb higher. We've got our prior high over there on the left. The market looks like it may have printed a new one over there as well. And overall, we could be seeing another swing to the downside. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we do that. We do have the prior low on the left over here. So this is the last swing low. We pulled up again. New swing low, pulled up. So, technically speaking, this should be a great target to have for shorts. And then obviously we've got the lows down there. That could be an additional target to have as well. But yeah, for me, Euro CHF shorts look the best bet here. Still expecting more downside with this one. Where we could go to, who knows? We could go a lot lower because we've made new all-time lows. The market could go make some more. But yeah, looking from a structural perspective, directional, looking at the price action, everything is still pointing down. I do like the wicks on the weekly time frame. They do paint the picture that the market is still struggling to head higher. So yeah, if you're looking for this one, shorts look like your best bet. It would be nice getting to some shorts around this resistance here. Market looks like it wicked into that yesterday, Monday. And now it's looking like the market will roll over. I do like how TradingViews added the day as well. It says Monday the 10th of October. I like how it's added the day as well. That does help out a little bit. But yeah, it has reacted with that level, so that would have been a nice place to go short from. And targets, you name it, you got lows here if you're looking for a quick trade, and you've got these key swing areas down here as well if you're looking to push the trade a lot further. But for me, I'm anticipating this high to be the new swing high in the market. And yeah, looking for price to obviously drop a lot lower. So hopefully that made sense. I mean, Johnny wrote, what are you looking to do? What are you looking to do with Euro CHF? You're looking to buy short? Let me know. Natural gas. Okay, we'll take a look. I don't think I've actually looked at natural gas before. What's the abbreviation for natural gas? Is it XTI? No, that's oils. Yeah, what is gas again? Completely forgot. Yeah, I can't remember for the life of me. So yeah, let me know what it is. I don't think I've actually looked at gas before. Interested to see. Is it bad to trade lower time frames because of the increased fake out chances? No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, yes, you are more likely to have fake outs on lower time frames, but I mean, okay, so yeah, from that reasoning, maybe, but there's you can definitely still take advantage of trading the low time frames. It's just that you have to make sure that you're trading in the session times that you're supposed to be trading, and also make sure that when you are taking trades, that you're making sure that price has either already had a fake out or the chance of a fake out being low. Reason being, you're not trading at two major structures. So with low time frames, a bunch of people trade low time frames, a bunch of people are profitable on low time frames. So it's not bad trading the low time frames, 100% not. Obviously, the chance of a fake out is higher, but you can also help yourself by looking at the higher time frames too. Obviously, nothing crazy like weekly and monthly time frames, but looking at the daily chart does help with fake outs, because the daily chart will show you the direction of the higher time frames, where the money's actually flowing. So if you're on the lower time frames and you understand the higher time frame direction, there's a less chance you'll be faked out because you'll be trading in the actual direction, and the lower time frames will just get into the trade quicker and you can maximize profits with a tighter stop loss as well. So yeah, just look at the higher time frames. It should paint the picture, and kind of avoid the fake outs. Obviously not completely, but mostly it should help with that. Or you should wait for the fake out to happen and enter after the fake out as well. Okay, so where was it? I think it's NG. Okay, we'll take a look. CAD Yen, Alwi, we'll take a look as well. I'm about 6 pips in profit. Nice, Johnny Rope. Nice. XNG. Okay, we'll take a look. What's the best way to get into trading? Best way to get into trading is check out my Forex education playlist on my channel and go through all the videos. That is 100% the best way to get into trading. But the best way to get into trading is to trade. I recommend opening a demo account. I do have a affiliate link to my broker, so you can set up a demo account with the broker if you want to. But 100% you want to get a demo account so you can actually just get trading and get experience in. Obviously not with live capital, because if it's your first time into trading, probably not the best thing to do to risk actual live capital yet. Or if you are, just make sure it's capital you can afford to lose. But yeah, the best way to get into trading is just get into the thick of it. I do have a Forex education playlist. You can go through that and just get trading. Get placing trades. Understanding the concept of placing trades, buying, selling, stop loss, take profits. You can take a look at Baby Pips as well. They do have a lot of good little introduction courses as well. So feel free to take a look. Okay, so let's see if we can find natural gas. So I've got XNG here. I've got NYSE, Accra natural gas. Let me remove the X. Okay, I'm seeing futures here. Okay, there's a natural gas there. I mean, that could be it. Let me go and take a look at XNG. Interval is not applicable. Hey, did I click something wrong? Oh, I can't go in the 4H or the hourly. Interesting. Wow. I mean, that could be it. I'm not too sure. I mean, I don't think I've actually seen the chart of natural gas before, so I can't even tell you if I'm looking at the right one. Every time I click it, it's like a different chart pops up. I'm just going to go with this one, unless anyone actually knows it. NG1. Okay, so yeah, I think that's... Okay, NG1 estimate. Okay, yeah, I'm on it right now. Okay, nice. We'll take a look. But yeah, we'll go through CAD Yen as well. Don't worry, Alwi. Your receipt chef resistance. Okay, I'll take a look at those levels in your receipt chef. What do you think of Euro USD? Okay, we'll take a look as well. Okay, so this one here, zooming out. Wow, interesting stuff from natural gas. Okay, so obviously we're seeing some upside right now. Prices, too bad it's not really ripping to the upside. It's a little bit corrected, which is not a good sign. It means that we could be looking to roll over in bigger terms soonish, potentially, but we still do have this higher time frame structure. We've got the high, we've got the low, we've got the high up here, we've got the low, and we've got price just about creating a new high up there as well. So with this one going to the 4H, yeah, well, what time frame are you looking at the natural gas as well? You're looking at the daily, the weekly, the 4H, the hourly. Let me know so I can be a bit more specific to your time period you're looking to trade it or just analyze it in general. But yeah, this one, so we got a key low down here at 5.500. Do keep that in mind, because that is, if we break through that structure, that will tell us that, okay, this thing could be getting ready to tumble and see a bigger move to the downside. But as of right now, we're starting to the stall, and we could see a push to the upside for potential higher low formation. But even though the price is still chopping in the higher time frames, I don't think we'll go too far. So yeah, right now we've got consolidation. I wouldn't look to do too much into this area here. If we could tap into that daily level there, that would be nice. Break out to the upside, tap that daily level, then we could probably see a continuation from that. A really strong daily level, which we broke for a lot of momentum. Haven't got a retest, so still untested, still looking good to short from. I'm usually looking at the hourly. Okay, we'll take a look at the hourly. But from a daily perspective, that looks like a good setup, but obviously you're on the hourly time frame, so let's get a little bit lower. Yeah, so on the hourly setup, this is the range I'm working with. We've got the highs around there, 7.091, and lows here, 6.436. Yeah, you could probably sneak some buys to the upside, but I wouldn't hold on for too long. Maybe you can look for a push back into here, but I would get out shortly because, I mean, you could actually look to sell it back down after, but I would expect to see a reaction to the upside. We've seen a lot of impulsive moves here, and this is a very, very corrective move back down again. So I would expect to see a move back up and probably come back down because we still do have this momentum, unless obviously we break out the consolidation. But yeah, oil looks good for a move to the upside. We're at the lows of consolidation as well. So naturally speaking, buying at the lows of consolidation looks good. I actually had some sell options at 8.9, 9.1. Could have done a lot of profit with a long position. 8.9. Okay, that's all the way up here. Oh yeah, you would have done very, very nicely. Very, very nicely. Wait, did you sell? Did you sell at 8.9, 9.1? If you did, that would be a really nice trade. But yeah, on the hourly time frame, things are not looking good, to be fair. Things are looking good. It's very, very choppy. I'm not a fan of markets consolidating, but if you are looking to trade it, buys from these lows do look good, but I would say they're more short term. If you're looking for swing trades like that one, I'll keep an eye on 7.6, 7.7. Could see a next wave to the downside from there. But in this area, it's not the best. I sold it off at 8.5. Okay, all the way up here. Where's 8.5? Nice. That'd be a really nice swing trade for that one. Big, big move. Congrats on that one. I did like 200 in a day with that. I got a small account. Nice. I mean, it all counts for the same thing. You got a small account, big account. It's the skill you're after. Once you got the skill, you can transition that onto pretty much any size account. Obviously, you got to level up the psychology to trade the bigger accounts. But once you got the skill, next task is the psychology. So that's the important thing. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful on oil. Not the biggest fan of the current price action. But CAD Yen, I'll take a look at Euro USD as well. So yeah, CAD Yen for this one, looking for price to go and take out the lows of the consolidation here. Things are very, very choppy, but we had a bit of a fake out here out of the consolidation, as you can see. So I will be expecting price to take a dive to the downside back down to 104,600 and potentially further as well, but that is what I'll be looking at for now. If we can break out of this, we can go further, but we could still rebound. So I wouldn't look to push a trade further than the lows of the consolidation, which is at 104,600. So if you're looking at getting involved with CAD Yen, I'd say keep an eye out for obviously the high of the consolidation around 106 or this level here as well. Could get a sneaky little retest of that level and then see the continuations back down 105,700, 105,900, then get price to roll over. That would look good. But right now we're in the middle of nowhere really, so I would not entertain any buys in that area. No real area of value. So yeah, CAD Yen still looking bearish. 104,600 looks good. And Euro USD, I'm still waiting for a test of 0.98, 0.98450. And then from there, I'm looking for sales back down to the lows there. So hopefully we can see that upside move. Like I said, there could be some short-term buys, but for me, I'm very bearish in this one. So I'm expecting the market to head down a lot further. Can you check Euro before you get? No problem. So yeah, Euro USD, that's what I'm looking at for Euro USD. We are starting to stall a little bit coming into this kind of area of demand, so to speak. So we are consolidating a little bit. Again, I'm not really a buyer of this market. We might see price, kind of break to the upside since we are very, very corrective. So I do think we can see a push to the upside to kind of correct that. But yeah, I'm still bearish on this one. So if we do have that push to the upside, I'm still looking to short the rallies. short the rallies and look for push back down to 0.5504. So that's what I'll be expecting for Euro USD. More downside for that one. No problem, Richard. Happy to help, my man. Happy to help. Anthony C. Chef. Okay, I will take a quick look at that one as well. And then we'll wrap it up there. No problem. Arturo, great name. Like the name Arturo. No problem. Ross, I know it's quite irrelevant to ask, but I wonder if you could provide your view on how tomorrow FOMC meeting minutes affects the market. I mean, from a technical side, which side is more possible? Again, I don't really speculate too much about that stuff, Ross, to be fair, because I have done in the past, but it doesn't really suit me as a trader, and the type of trader I am. Now, I always try to be reactive. I have my technical bias and my technical kind of plan, so to speak, of what I expect the market to do and how I want to trade the market. And if the meeting, changes structure or breaks some levels, then I will look to change my bias and react to that. But once you've witnessed a lot of FOMC meetings, a lot of NFP, it kind of all the same. It's either going to move up or it's going to move down, or it's just going to consolidate in the spot. And the key thing, especially as a swing trader who's got a bit more time to wait and to develop and form some setups, the best thing to do is have your bias from a technical aspect. Then if the fundamentals from that, what happens, changes the technicals, then all you have to do is just react and adapt to what price is giving you now, and then trade in that direction as well. Thank you so much, Arturo, for subscribing. But yeah, I'm not really expecting too much. I mean, I'm expecting dollar strength, but we might see some dollar weakness to start off and then some dollar strength later on in the week. So you might push pairs up first, so Euro USD and Pound USD could go up first and then they come down later. So that could be what happens. But again, I'm not really saying that with too much confidence, because really I'm not too bothered. I'm just going to see what happens. If I can get a good setup from it, great. If I don't, I don't. If I need to change my bias, I will as well. So yeah, that's the kind of way I look at it. And it's not irrelevant. No question is irrelevant, Ross, as well. And that goes for everyone on the stream. Asking a question, it is good, because if it's irrelevant, it doesn't really matter, because once you've got the answer, you're good to go. So even if you feel like the question might be relevant, still ask it like you did there. So well done for that. But yeah, no question is irrelevant. And again, some traders as well will be completely different to me. Some will look at that FOMC meeting, do a lot of research into it, see what potential could happen, what's happened in the past, what the fundamentals leading into it, and do a lot more analysis from a fundamental perspective on that, and then use that in the market. But I'm just not one of those traders. So another person could give you a different answer to that, but that's my answer. No problem. Dennis, happy to help. It's been a pleasure as usual anyway. I'll make this last message in here, but 100% to be first thing tomorrow live. Appreciate your time again. No problem, TokeFX, no problem. And to everyone on the stream, thank you for coming into the stream. If you have enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done already, join the family. We're almost at 5k. Let's hit it soon. I will be live again tomorrow, of course, and the day after, live Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. London time to 12 p.m. I'll let you guys know how my trade on peso is going. Oh, it's taking a bit of a dive there. It's taking a bit of a dive back into the support. Let's hope we can hold that support to reverse going bullish. But yeah, I'll let you guys know how it gets on. As you can see, I've got my alerts there and alerts there as well, because there's really not much for me to do other than sit back and see what happens. Either the support's going to hold or we're going to break through. It came very, very close to my first TP, but I didn't actually quite hit it. So I haven't taken any partials off yet. Hopefully we can reverse and come back there. But yeah, we're still sitting on that profit. So maybe for this one, again, the fundamentals, with the news events coming out tomorrow, maybe this could look to spin off somewhere. So that could be what it's waiting for. But yeah, currently in oil, keep you guys up to date with it tomorrow. If I'm still in the trade or I've hit my stop loss or I'm taking partials. If I do get into any other positions, I'll let you know. Euro CAD still on price to come a little bit higher. Pound yen not quite ready yet. Gold, want that to come a little bit higher as well. So yeah, other pairs do need a little bit more development before, you know, I look to get into any trades, but I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, we'll be looking to end this stream, guys, to asking the pairs. Okay, I'll look at pound NZD and oil, and then I'll look to wrap it up. But yeah, I will take a look tomorrow at these pairs. Yeah, pound NZD I would not sell. I would not sell straight off the bat. I would not sell. These are my areas of interest for pound NZD, and in between is just a no-no for me. So yeah, I would not sell that. I don't know what break and retest you're talking about. Yeah, I would avoid selling that. It's very, very corrective as well. You'd be selling into a lot of support here. It doesn't make any sense to sell that. I mean, you could sell it, of course, and it could work, but it's just not a trade I'll take. And oil as well. And the oil as well, sales look good, but you do want this one to push up higher. So a retest of that range would be nice. Something like that would look good. And then probably get a nice little swing out of that one. Well, it depends if you are looking for a swing. But yeah, 78, 76 looks good for some nice targets for us to come back again. And if you break through 94, that's when I'll look to, you know, change the bias. But as long as we stay at below 94, I'm still expecting the market to fall. And Euro CHF, since you asked so nicely, Johnny, as well. Euro CHF, like I said before, still expecting more downside. I'm not sure where your targets are. You did post your targets, didn't you? TP at 0.96522, 0.96522, 96522. Okay, so your TP is right here. Okay, so yeah, price is looking good for that one. Price is looking good for Euro CHF. Reacting with that, like I said, this is where I'll be looking for price to go for Euro CHF, back down to that price, swing low, maybe back down to low. So yeah, I would expect price to go and take out that low. You should be looking good for that one. Yeah, hopefully price can go and hit your TP pretty soonish. But yeah, guys, I will be looking to wrap up the stream now. Can I jump on USD MXN? If you want to, but I would wait for another candlestick entry first before entering, because obviously there is a chance price could obviously just fall to the downside without giving a candlestick entry. But if you can get like a bullish engulfing there back in again, that could be a nice little entry to get back involved. But obviously if you enter now, you get a better risk reward. So it's up to you. But I would wait for another signal first before looking to re-enter. But yeah, guys, we'll be looking to end the stream. I'll let you know if I do get into anything else. Probably won't, but I will let you know. And yeah, guys, take care. I will be live again tomorrow. From 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. London time. So be there, be square. If you haven't done already, subscribe to the channel and please leave a like. But yeah, guys, hope you have a great day and I'll catch you all tomorrow.
all.